Wow, guys, everybody that thought it was cool to go after Trump has scary, scary news coming their way. You guys gotta see this video.
Today, we are here to shine a light on something that should be deeply concerning to every single American: how our justice system was allowed to become weaponized against political opponents. Early in his presidency, Joe Biden told the nation, "It's not my Justice Department, it's the Justice Department." Former Attorney General Merrick Garland promised the same thing. That was their promise, but we now know it was a lie. For the past 4 years, it was not the People's Justice Department. It was a political weapon used to go after anybody the Biden-Harris administration felt needed to be attacked. Let me lay it out clearly, case after case, so there's no confusion on what happened. Let's start in the great state of New York. Alvin Bragg ran for Manhattan DA, focused on only one thing: targeting Donald Trump instead of cleaning up the many problems facing New York City. After years of searching, he revived a dismissed case with the help of former DOJ officials and used a shaky legal theory to turn misdemeanors into felonies. And it wasn't just Bragg. New York's Attorney General Letitia James also made it her mission to go after President Trump. She campaigned on it. Prosecutors, attorney generals, they shouldn't campaign on politics.
Guys, and they all belong in jail. You know, they belong in prison. They need to be fined for what they did, and the money needs to be returned to the citizens that live in these places. You know, I'll just say this: let's get it done. Accountability will cure America of this horrible cancer that's been spreading. You know, and imagine if Harris was elected. Imagine if Harris was in office, how much of this stuff would continue. You know, you just throw a court case at somebody. They're charged with misdemeanors, and next thing you know, it's felonies and misdemeanors that shouldn't even have been brought about. Let me know what you guys think about that, man. Let's keep going.
They should campaign on justice. She campaigned on it, and she promised voters she'd, quote, exact quote, "get Trump." Before even seeing a shred of evidence. And sure enough, once in office, she followed through, twisting civil statutes into weapons for political gain, targeting not just Trump, but his entire family business. In Fulton County, Georgia, Fani Willis also campaigned on prosecuting President Trump. She coordinated with the partisan January 6th committee and the Biden White House.
Second, guys, I just want to say this. I just want to say this. If we have all this evidence, we know what's going on, let's get them behind bars ASAP. You know, because if they had all this evidence, which they said they had, and it came out they didn't have anything on Trump, they were going to throw him behind bars for way less. You know, imagine if this was you. Imagine if you didn't have any power, you didn't have any money, like most Americans didn't when Biden and Harris was in office. That administration was horrible, guys. I'm telling you, they were just meant to divide America and pocket as much money as they can. Do you guys know $20 billion went out to these politicians' pockets before Biden left office in just a span of like 2 to 3 weeks? It's horrible, man. And this is a conversation that needs to happen, and this needs to happen now. I can't wait till Pam Bondi just lights fire to them. Let's keep going.
From Georgia, and hired her romantic partner as the lead prosecutor.
What's his
Couldn't
name?
make this stuff up. I
Nathan
guess
Wade.
office romances can sometimes take you places. For Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, it was tropical destinations. It was luxury hotels, all on the taxpayer's dime. And while they were busy enjoying the perks, the cases they were building against Trump were falling apart under the weight of conflicts and impropriety, because it was pure political lawfare. I want to just note, no one should run for DA, AG, or any legal office. Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal, nobody should do this with the sole goal of going after one political figure. It's not what those jobs are about. That's not justice. That's vengeance. Our legal system isn't supposed to be about personal grudges or political payback. It's about fairness. It's about impartiality. It's about the rule of law. That's supposed to be the standard in America. Unfortunately, Under President Biden, that standard wasn't just abandoned at the state level, it was shattered. It was shattered at the federal level as well. Jack Smith was unconstitutionally appointed as special counsel. His lead counsel pressured a defense attorney with a judgeship offer to flip a client. So if the client flipped, he'd get a judgeship. Smith admitted to altering evidence in the Mar-a-Lago case, evidence tampering at the highest and most important level, pure political lawfare.
Guys, think about this. If you know poker, they had a full flush. Obama, Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, Biden. The list can go on and on. Letitia James, Fonnie Willis, Alvin Bragg. They had a full flush. And Trump still won the game. So if that wasn't God, I don't know what is. Because America, we needed a savior, and that's what we got. God made sure those bullets missed him. God made sure he was in office. God made sure we could live another year. I'll say that, because I think it'll be all types of nuclear warheads coming our way if Kamala Harris got in office. I'm just gonna say it. That's what I think. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. It's Black History Month, but hey, they need to abolish that too. Let's keep going, man, because this is getting me angry.
FBI conducted an unprecedented raid on Mar-a-Lago, the home of a former president. They ignored standard protocol. They didn't wait for President Trump's lawyers to respond.
Exactly.
They didn't use a local field office, and they bypassed all typical legal channels. Pure political lawfare. The FBI also targeted religious institutions. You couldn't make this up again. And parents. They labeled traditionalist Catholics as domestic terrorists, traditional Roman Catholics as domestic terrorists, and considered spying on their churches, on their priests, on their parishioners. Think about that. I really want everybody to think about it. Forget the politics for a minute. The FBI was planning to spy on grandmothers clutching their rosary beads in prayer, treating them as if they were a national security threat.
Guys, think about this. Cash Patel's in there now. Cash Patel has all these documents, has all this proof of what's been going on. Do you think Cash Patel is going to fix this? Do you think this is something that he could do? With the power and everything has to go through Trump now. Let me know what you guys think about that. I honestly do want to know, because I believe Cash Patel's a good man. I believe he's going to do a lot of investigation, and I've been saying this in a lot of my videos. I think a lot of people are about to lose their jobs. You know,
If they can do this to Catholic churches, and this is the important part, what's stopping them from doing it in any place of worship? To Protestant churches, to Jewish synagogues, to Muslim mosques, or to Hindu temples. It was Catholic churches one day. It could be any of those another day. It could be you. If you think that sounds far-fetched, I want you to just take a look, if you get a chance, to what they did in my home state. In New Jersey, the FBI raided the largest Hindu temple in the Western Hemisphere, home to some of the most peaceful and spiritual people on the face of the earth, Hindus.
guys, we've seen it. Guys, we've seen it. We know what's going on. We know these people belong behind bars, but I think now the message is starting to get out to Americans, and a lot of people are starting to realize what's going on. I know a lot of people that's been on my Facebook that don't support Republicans. They've been Democrats forever, but they're agreeing a lot with this investigation that's going on when it comes to money. This stuff has been going on for decades, and this is the party of common sense. Republicans are the party of common sense. We've been trying to say it. A lot of people have not been trying to see it or hear it, you know? But common sense is not so common. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. Out.